Hello everyone, how's it going, and welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In this video we're going to be checking out the insane buffs that Orianna received in the most recent patch, which was patch 4.1c. I'm going to show the changes on screen now. I do think there's a bit of an error with the changes because the percentage of ability power on the second ability is actually wrong. I think they just copied it over from the first ability, but these buffs are pretty insane. Now, her armor did go down, her base stats did go down, her armor went down by 5. I don't think this really means too much because in lane phase you can just kind of push out the wave. You can kind of deal as much damage as you can with poke damage. Yes, it means that if anyone jumps on top of Orianna, she's going to be a little bit exposed, but it does mean that you could just use your third ability to bring the ball back to you, and when the ball is actually on you, you are going to be getting some extra defensive stats. So I do think it kind of works hand in hand, but like I said, the big buffs are to her first ability and also her second ability. So the magic damage, the base damage went up on command attack, which is her first ability, by 10 at every single rank, and the bonus ability power, or the extra ability power percentage that you get with this ability, went up by 5%, which helps Orianna a lot as she scales into the mid and the late game. And also the command dissonance, so the second ability, that big massive AoE slow that you deal, most of the time this is your combo. Use your first ability and then your second ability to do a little bit of poke damage. That bonus ability power ratio, the base went up by 10 at every single rank, and also it says the ability power went up by 5%. But if I quickly show you the stats in game for Orianna, you can see that the second ability, the command dissonance, the percentage there is 70%. So it's like, it's 60, so the base damage is fine, but the bonus ability power, the percentage bonus that you get with your ability power is 70%, not 45%. So I'm not too sure what number it's gone from. I don't know what the number was beforehand or what it is now. If you do know, let me know down in the comments, but I think that was kind of interesting to kind of look that out. I think I saw it in one of the comments, but I can't remember what the percentage number was before. So if you do know, let me know down in the comments. But with this build with Orianna, it's kind of the same as what Orianna build I did before. I did a video on Orianna a little bit before these are buffs. It was a pro build from the Wild Rift League Asia. I'm still sticking with the same build as well because I still think this build is insanely strong. And with going Archangel Staff as our first item, obviously we're not going to get a huge power spike in the early game, but that extra base of magic damage that we get now from our first ability and our second ability actually helps Orianna a lot. Helps her deal a lot more damage in the early game. It helps her wave clear a lot better, which means we're a lot safer now to go for Archangel Staff as the first item. And if we complete this item fully, we can quickly get up to the Seraph Embrace, and Seraph Embrace gives that little bit of shield when we drop low on health, which is really, really important for Orianna, and building max mana in general is really, really nice for Orianna. Now we combo this Archangel Staff with Luna's Echo, which, if you don't know, Luna's Echo gives you maximum mana, and the maximum mana actually increases the damage from Orianna's abilities because of the Archangel Staff and the Seraph Embrace. The more mana we build, the more damage we're going to be dealing. And Luna's Echo is still a really, really strong item for Orianna, just any AP mages in general. I think it will be a huge mistake if you just skip this item completely. Disorder Echo passive means we're going to be dealing extra bonus damage. It's going to help with our wave clear and also help with our burst damage when we're going to be in team fights with Orianna. Again, ability power, max mana, ability haste. Great item. Ionian boots, most of the time you're going to go for these unless you go for defensive boots like Mercury Treads or Plated Steelcast, but Ionian boots is so strong for Orianna. Getting ability haste is so strong on Orianna, or just in any case, any AP mages. And then stasis will help us against any combo damage. Then we have the Light of Death Cap, really, really strong AP item that gives us a lot of AP and also increases our overall ability power by 40%. Void Staff, this stage of the game you're probably going to be against champions that build a lot of magic resist, so getting that percentage armor magic penetration, sorry, not armor penetration, the percentage magic penetration, which is 45%, which is a lot, by the way. And also this item still gives you 70 ability power. Now for the final item for Orianna, you do have a few items that you can go for. You know, items like Cosmic Drive can be very, very good. Infinity Orb, I think, is okay, but I think most of the time with Orianna, you're not really looking to kill the enemy champions. In a way, you're kind of looking to start the fight, and you're looking to poke down enemy champions, which is why most of the time, I do think that Liandry's Ornament is probably your best item choice as the final item. Kind of works as a defensive item in a way as well, because it does give you a little bit of maximum health, but a lot of ability power, and also the Torment passive means that damaging abilities or empowered attacks deal a bonus and magic damage based on the enemy's maximum health. So this helps a lot if you're against a lot of bruisers and also against a lot of tanks, because Liandry's Torment is going to give us that little bit of extra damage. And because we're building this in the later stages of the game, that 0.005% of ability power actually becomes quite a bit, because we got a lot of AP in this build with items like Death Camp, Void Staff, Luna's Echo, and even Archangel Staff. So I do think that this is the best build overall for Orianna that you should be running in your games. Now for the runes, you have a few options. I think it kind of depends on your matchup in a way, and depends on how you're going to play Orianna. Conqueror, I think, is great because you can stack up Conqueror quite easily with Orianna. Gives us the extra AP as well when we're looking to poke and looking to try and deal damage during fights. And it's also really easy to stack Conqueror, your first ability, your second ability, your third ability, your auto attacks as well, your ultimate. You spam your abilities a lot with Orianna because you have very, very low cooldowns, which means you get these stacks very, very quickly. And maximum stacks, you get a lot of ability power, and also we get the extra healing. But you can go for like Electrocute if you want to play super, super aggressive during the laning phase. Electrocute is really, really easy to proc. You just use your first ability, your second ability, and an auto attack to proc Electrocute. Can be pretty easy. Area, I would say, is more of a defensive option that can give you a little bit of extra shielding with your third ability, but also helps you a little bit with the poke damage, but not as much as Electrocute and as Conqueror. So I think that's your three best options for Orianna. I do like Conqueror better because I do prefer to play a little bit safer during the early game and look to try and go for Orianna's win conditions, which is her mid and late game, and buying a few items and then being really strong during the team fights. For the next rune, you can go for Scorch. I do quite like Scorch. I have been using Scorch quite a lot recently. I do think Scorch is pretty decent. You can go for Gathering Storm. The only problem about Gathering Storm is that it's pretty weak in the early game, and Scorch can help you a lot if you're against any melee champions in the mid lane or down in the dual lane. This can help you a lot with a lot of burst damage, a lot of extra damage. The bonus magic damage does help you a lot in the early stages. It doesn't scale as much into the mid and late game. It does give you a little bit of extra damage, but you're not really going to feel it as much in the late stages of the game. It's more for the early game pressure. It's more for the poke damage. Again, with Orianna, as I mentioned, it's really easy to deal poke damage with your first ability and also your second ability. So Scorch will help you deal that little bit of extra damage on top of that as well. Might help you win the trades as well in the laning phase. Bone Plating is still insanely strong. Really, really good if any champions jump on top of you and deal a lot of damage. And then we can go for Hunter Genius. Now, Hunter Genius can be swapped out for quite a few other runes really in the inspiration tree. I think Hunter Genius is great because of ability haste. Like I said, Orianna already has low cooldowns on her abilities. Ability haste just helps us with that, helps us get the cooldowns even lower, so we can just keep spamming our abilities over and over again. And we're basically going to have unlimited mana with Orianna because we're going for Archangel Staff. Sweet Tooth is pretty good during the laning phase. You can get that extra honey through healing. Mana Flow Band can give you extra damage as well from the Seraph's Embrace and Archangel Staff for the extra mana. Or you can go for like Nimbus Cloak if you want the extra movement speed when you're using some of the spells. But I do like Hunter Genius. But again, you can go for other runes as well. Other runes can work completely fine. Kind of depends on how you want to play in your play style in general. Obviously, Hunter Genius is kind of risky because if you don't get any takedowns, you're not really going to get a lot of benefit. Now for the summon spells, we have Flash and then we have Ghost. Now, Ghost is really cool with Orianna because that means you can kind of reposition during team fights and reposition during the laning phase as well, or just any sort of skirmishes in general. This could be really good for shielding allied champions, giving you getting you into range to deal extra damage or try and land your ultimate or try and escape as well at the same time. So I think there's a lot of benefits with Ghost that will help Orianna a lot. Like I said, most of the time reposition during fights. So hopefully you all enjoyed this gameplay. This is an absolute banger game of Orianna. I really love playing Orianna and I'm so glad she's finally buffed again. So hopefully you enjoy the gameplay. Stay safe and I'll see you all in the next wild video. Peace. All right, let's see what we could do. We have a Master Yi mid because apparently I troll picked. Unlucky, I guess.
This is a fun game.
For man, this guy's cringe. Picking Master Yi mids. What can I do when this guy picks Master Yi mids? It's fine. We'll try our best. That's all we can do at the end of the day. If our team decides to troll pick, the only thing we could do is just try our best to win. There's a Blitzcrank in that bush. Nice, good dodges from me and Nami. Okay, Mossy mid lane's winning, I guess, against Carly. I don't know how that's possible, but your guess is as good as mine.
This is a fun game.
Oh, they got healing from Relic Shields. Had to use the flash to get away there. Nice, well played, Darius. Oh, we should go back. Okay, that's not bad. Darius did pretty well there with the gank. Flashed onto the Blitzcrank. I was just walking forward just to bait the Blitzcrank to walk forward. I know he didn't have flash, so it was kind of free. I usually need to wait for like 10 gold. Alright, Archangel's finished. Good start to this game. Pretty good start. 500 gold ahead of the Jinx. Pretty nice start. The Nami bubble? Yeah, the Nami bubble was really, really good.
This is very exciting.
Nami bubble was really clean. Okay, Jinx and Blitzcrank went mids.
Winding.
Okay, Blitzcrank's just everywhere, I guess. I'm just gonna get mid lane here. I don't think I can save mids. Oh, maybe I can.
Why do they keep breaking?
Okay, nice. I actually saved mid lane. I mean, I did a bit of damage that fight. Oh, God.
Why are they running?
Jinx gonna take all these tower play-ins and now be like even on gold with me.
This is a fun game.
And go back and get Ludens. I'm gonna clear this wave, probably go back and get Ludens. That doesn't look good. I mean, I'm pretty strong. Like, I'm 202. I'm insanely strong this game.
Very exciting.
Oh, a shutdown on a Blitzcrank? I'll take it. I'll take the shutdown on a Blitzcrank.
The ball is impatient. Winding.
I did the best I could that fight. I honestly did the best I could that fight. I actually think I played that fight insanely well. I played that fight so well. Honestly, I don't think there's anything better I could have done that team fight. Hey, what's up, Don? Yeah, Ori's pretty damn strong. Did you not see the Ori buffs? Like, her wave clear and everything now is disgusting. Like, Orianna legit is pretty fucking broken. Oh, okay. Except if I get caught like that. Oh my god, fucking rockets. As soon as you say that, Don, and you come into the stream, I fucking int. Thanks, Don. Wait. Oh, nice. I mean, I'm not even that fed. I'm legit not even that fed. I have 9,200 gold. I mean, maybe I'm kind of fed. I don't know. But like the rest, like the whole of their team's fed. Look at the top lane diff. And mid lane diff. I'm a must E mid. If there's any diff this game, it's fucking mid lane. Yeah, Orianna is pretty damn strong. Like her wave clear is actually pretty nice now. Like I said, as soon as you come into stream, I fucking die. Like, look, just my Q now? Look, just my Q nearly kills the back minions. I must use going top. I'm such an inter. Oh, man. Bleeds? Oh, the bleed doesn't kill the Jinx. One more tick and the bleed would have killed the Jinx. I just need Death Cup and I'll be strong. Pretty big. I got Death Cup now. Oh, good God. I really wanted to go back there and get Death Cap. It's okay. It's okay. I really wanted to go back there and get Death Cap. That was when Leandries was OP Don. I remember that. Orianna mid lane was fucking broken. I remember that. But honestly, I think the buffs are really, really insane. I think the buffs to Orianna are like the most insane buffs. It's crazy. I just haven't played Orianna for a long time, so I'm kind of rusty. I don't know, my damage feels really, really good. Wait, how goes my wave clear? That's the real question. Are you fucking kidding me right now? This guy just flashes on me like that? Really, bro? Why is it as soon as you join the chat, Don, I start to in? Nice. Ah. Nice. Are we Giga Chads? Do we need stasis? Nah, we don't need stasis. We are Giga Chads. We don't need stasis.
Time ticks away.
Oh my god, my damage. What the hell? What? Auto attack still went through? This Teemo is so useless. This Teemo is so fucking useless. Can't believe that auto attack went through though. I can't believe that auto attack still went through from Akali. I thought I flashed away from it. I think this game's going pretty well though.
Is impatient.
It's pretty close. It's a very close game. Somehow winning with the Master Yi mids.
Motivating.
I was going to shield the Darius the whole time. Honestly, me just shielding the Darius the whole time is probably the best way to go. Okay, I got it with my Q. My Q damage buff actually was enough to secure Baron, by the way. I'm just saying, if my Q was not buffed, we maybe lose Baron. That's a buff diff. That is a buff diff right there. Orianna buff diff. 12 def Teemo? Yeah, I mean, I have a Master Yi mid as well. Actually, the Master Yi mid is actually not done that bad. Nice. GG's. What's that hat? It's Tibbers. Smite diff on Orianna. Nice. Smite diff on Orianna. MVP performance. Actually, how did my Darius not get MVP this game? I mean, to be fair, I did have a really high kill participation. Really high kill participation. 77% kill participation. 36,000 damage? Hey, the buff to Orianna is looking... It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. GG's. I'm liking it.